Summer is in full swing, and we are just days away now from one of the biggest summer holidays, the 4th of July. So with millions of travelers hoping to get out on the town for the weekend, AAA says that summer travel could reach a record high. Joining me now from AAA is Tracy Noble with more on what you need to know before you go this holiday weekend. Tracy, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me this morning.
Yeah, this weekend alone, nearly 3 million people will be traveling across New England for the 4th of July weekend. So for those hitting the roads, what are the best times for people to start heading out, but also coming back, because we don't want anyone to be late for work the next day?
Well, it's kind of an odd holiday this year because it falls on a Tuesday. So people are going to be taking an extended time. We expect the worst times to travel to be Thursday between 4 and 6 p.m. because those travelers are going to be mixed in with rush hour. Also, all day on Friday between 10 and 5 p.m. So if you're a morning person or a night owl, get out before 10 on Friday or after 6. And on the return, Tuesday between 12 and 3 is going to be the worst time to be on the road.
So definitely you don't want to hit the road at that time. Now, the roads are not the only thing expected to be very busy this holiday weekend. Air travel is also expected to be setting a new record both nationally, but also in Connecticut. So what are some things that flyers should know before taking off?
Well, you need to pack some patience before you get on that plane for the July 4th holiday. We have record numbers flying, not only in Connecticut, across the country, but also across New England. So be prepared. Get to the airline even earlier than you normally would. Now is certainly the time, if you have that TSA pre-check, to use that service, or think about it for your next trip. That way you don't have to wait in those security lines. So get there early, plan ahead, and have some patience.
I think it's so hard for people to have that patience, especially people traveling with little ones. But it is so important to remember that everyone is trying to get somewhere, especially when it comes to people taking to the trains, the planes, and the automobiles. Now, this weekend also has been falling in what we have been calling, this is a nationwide initiative, a summer program called the 100 Deadly Days of Summer. It has a very grim name to it, but it is because so many more teenage drivers are out on the roadways. Let's talk some driving safety tips for our young drivers, but also things that parents should keep in mind while having their kids out there driving this weekend.
Well, unfortunately, it's the 100 deadly days because there are more people and more teens on the roadways. So you need to, if you're a parent, model great behavior. So that means putting the phone down, driving the speed limit, not engaging in aggressive behavior, and knowing what your teens are doing. Parents need to remember they still set the rules and oftentimes still pay for the vehicle and the insurance. So you have the power to do that. And no parent ever wants to get that phone call from an officer.
Absolutely. It is so important, and it is our job as parents to make sure that our children are heeding the warnings, and you're having those very important and often difficult conversations with your child, just making sure that everyone is getting out on the roadways and doing so safely. I also want to point out, if you are going to be taking to the roadways, abide by the move over law. It is a very important law. We know a lot of people are going to be taking to the roads, which means more people broken down this weekend, possibly more people being pulled over and things like that on the side of the road. So heed the warnings of the DOT, the state police, and make sure that you do slow down and move over if you do see anyone on the side of the road. Tracy Noble with AAA, we always appreciate you taking the time, and we'll have all of this information right on our website, fox61.com. Tracy, thanks so much.
Thank you.